Welcome to another book summary. Feel free to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below what you would like to hear next. Any support via our Patreon is highly appreciated, so we can continue to make videos. Thank you so much, and enjoy.
Here is a comprehensive summary of Stephen R. Covey. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey is a timeless piece of literature that delves deep into the principles of personal and interpersonal effectiveness. Covey's work is not just a self-help book. It is a profound philosophical exploration of human behavior, exploring the core principles that govern both our personal and professional lives. The book is structured around 7 habits that Covey argues are fundamental to achieving personal and interpersonal effectiveness. Each habit builds upon the previous one, creating a layered and holistic approach to personal growth. Outline of the book. The book begins with an introduction to the concept of character ethics, emphasizing the importance of integrity, humility, courage, and justice as foundational principles for personal and professional success. Covey contrasts this with the personality ethic, which focuses on superficial traits and techniques to achieve success. The introduction serves as a philosophical groundwork, setting the stage for the 7 habits that follow. The book is then divided into 3 parts. 1. Private Victory focuses on self-mastery and moving from dependence to independence. 2. Public Victory concentrates on building deep, meaningful relationships and achieving interdependence. 3. Renewal centers on continuous improvement and self-renewal. Habit 1. Be proactive. The first habit, be proactive, is foundational to all the others. Covey introduces the concept of proactivity as the ability to choose one's response to any given set of circumstances. He contrasts this with reactivity, where individuals are driven by external conditions and their environment. Proactivity, as Covey describes, is about taking responsibility for one's life. It is the ability to subordinate impulses to values, allowing us to choose our responses rather than being driven by conditions or conditioning. Covey emphasizes the importance of understanding the circle of influence and the circle of concern. The circle of influence includes things we can control or influence, while the circle of concern encompasses everything that concerns us, but over which we have little or no control. Effective individuals focus on their circle of influence, taking initiative and responsibility for their actions, rather than blaming external circumstances. Philosophical interpretation at its core. Habit 1 is about human freedom, the freedom to choose one's response. Covey's idea resonates with existentialist philosophy, particularly Jean-Paul Sartre's notion of existence precedes essence. The essence of being proactive is to recognize that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our choices. This habit invites us to live intentionally and mindfully, aligning our actions with our deepest values. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. The second habit, begin with the end in mind, encourages individuals to envision their desired outcomes before they begin any task or endeavor. Covey stresses the importance of having a clear vision of where you want to go in life, both personally and professionally. He introduces the concept of personal mission statements, which serve as a guide for decision-making and a framework for living a principled life. Covey illustrates the importance of understanding the end goal by imagining one's funeral and considering what one would want to be said about them. This exercise clarifies one's values and long-term objectives, helping to align day-to-day actions with overarching goals. Philosophical interpretation. This habit aligns with teleological ethics, which is concerned with the ultimate purpose or goal of an action. Covey's emphasis on beginning with the end in mind is akin to Aristotle's idea of living a life of eudaimonia, or flourishing. It is about living with purpose and intentionality, ensuring that every step taken is in the direction of one's ultimate aspirations. Habit 3. Put first things first. Put first things first is the third habit and is about time management and prioritization. Covey introduces the time management matrix, which categorizes tasks into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance. He argues that effective people prioritize tasks that are important but not necessarily urgent, focusing on proactive work that leads to long-term success. This habit is about discipline and execution. It requires individuals to identify their most important goals and to prioritize activities that will help achieve them. By focusing on Quadrant 2 activities, those that are important but not urgent, individuals can achieve a balance between their personal and professional lives and make steady progress toward their long-term objectives. Philosophical interpretation habit 3 can be viewed through the lens of Stoicism, which emphasizes self-control and discipline. The practice of focusing on what is within one's control and letting go of what is not aligns with Covey's advocacy for prioritizing tasks that align with one's values and long-term goals. It is a practice of deliberate living, where actions are guided by purpose rather than impulsiveness. Habit 4. Think win-win. The fourth habit, think win-win, is about seeking mutually beneficial solutions in interpersonal relationships. Covey emphasizes that in any human interaction, one should strive for outcomes that benefit all parties involved. Win-win is not a technique, but a total philosophy of human interaction. It comes from a character of integrity, maturity, and an abundance mentality, a belief that there is plenty for everyone. Covey contrasts win-win with other paradigms like win-lose and lose-win. Win-win is about creating value and finding a solution that benefits everyone involved, fostering trust and deepening relationships. Philosophical interpretation, this habit draws from ethical theories of justice and fairness, particularly the social contract theory, as espoused by philosophers like John Rawls. It is about constructing social relationships based on equity and fairness, ensuring that interactions contribute to the well-being of all involved. The win-win mindset embodies a cooperative spirit, valuing collaboration over competition. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to understand, then to be understood is the fifth habit and emphasizes the importance of empathetic communication. Covey argues that most people listen with the intent to reply rather than to understand. This habit encourages active listening with the intent to understand fully before responding. It is about being patient, open, and empathetic, putting oneself in another's shoes to understand their perspective. This habit is foundational to effective communication and relationship building. It requires developing strong emotional intelligence, particularly empathy, and mastering the art of listening. By genuinely seeking to understand others, one can communicate more effectively and build deeper, more meaningful relationships. Philosophical interpretation habit 5 can be interpreted through the lens of existential philosophy, particularly the emphasis on authentic relationships as posited by Martin Buber in I and Thou. Covey's emphasis on understanding others before seeking to be understood reflects the existential commitment to authentic and meaningful human connections, where each person is fully present and engaged in the relationship. Habit 6. Synergize. The sixth habit, synergize, is about creative cooperation and teamwork. Covey defines synergy as the creation of a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. It involves valuing differences and building on divergent strengths to achieve outcomes that could not be accomplished independently. Synergy is about open-mindedness and the willingness to explore new possibilities through collaboration. It requires humility, creativity, and the recognition that everyone's input is valuable. Synergizing is the culmination of the previous habits, integrating them into a collaborative and cooperative mindset that leads to innovative solutions and enhanced outcomes. Philosophical interpretation, this habit aligns with the concept of dialectics, a method of argument and reasoning in which conflicting ideas are synthesized to arrive at a higher truth. Covey's notion of synergy as a creative process of achieving higher levels of understanding and accomplishment is reminiscent of Hegelian dialectics, where the synthesis of opposing ideas leads to new, transformative realities. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw is the seventh and final habit, focused on self-renewal and continuous improvement. Covey argues that to be effective, individuals must take time to renew themselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This habit is about maintaining balance in life and ensuring sustainability in one's efforts and achievements. Covey categorizes self-renewal into 4 dimensions: physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual. Regular renewal in each of these areas is essential to maintain effectiveness and achieve a balanced life. Philosophical interpretation habit 7 resonates with the concept of self-actualization as proposed by Abraham Maslow. It emphasizes the importance of continuous growth and self-improvement, ensuring that one is always striving to reach their full potential. This habit also reflects the Aristotelian idea of achieving balance in life, fostering a harmonious existence that nurtures both the body and the soul. Conclusion: The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is not just a book about personal development. It is a profound exploration of the principles that govern human effectiveness. Covey's work is deeply rooted in a philosophy of personal responsibility, integrity, and continuous growth. Each habit builds upon the other, creating a framework for living a principled and purposeful life. Covey's emphasis on character development over superficial techniques is a call to authenticity and integrity in a world often driven by quick fixes and instant gratification. The habits he outlines serve as a roadmap for achieving both personal and professional success, emphasizing the importance of self-mastery, meaningful relationships, and continuous improvement. Key takeaways: Proactivity is the foundation of personal effectiveness. It is about taking responsibility for one's actions and decisions, focusing on what can be controlled, and choosing responses based on values rather than circumstances. Clarity of purpose is essential for achieving long-term success. By beginning with the end in mind, individuals can align their actions with their deepest values and aspirations. Prioritization is key to managing time effectively. By putting first things first, individuals can focus on what is most important and achieve a balance between their personal and professional lives. Mutual benefit is crucial in building strong relationships. Thinking win-win fosters trust and cooperation, leading to more meaningful and productive interactions. Empathy and understanding are foundational to effective communication. Seeking first to understand others before seeking to be understood leads to deeper connections and more effective collaboration. Creative collaboration leads to innovative solutions. Synergizing involves valuing differences and working together to achieve outcomes that are greater than what could be achieved individually. Continuous renewal is necessary for sustained effectiveness. Sharpening the saw involves regular self-renewal in all dimensions of life, ensuring a balanced and fulfilling existence. In essence, Covey's 7 Habits provide a comprehensive framework for personal and professional growth, rooted in timeless principles that foster integrity, purpose, and continuous improvement. The book is an invitation to live a more intentional, purposeful, and effective life, guided by values and principles that stand the test of time. Thank you so much for listening. We would love if you comment which books you would like to hear next, or with thoughts and ideas for our next project. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more summaries, self-improvement content. And until next time, have a good one.